Stop 2. A recreation opportunity. The Federal Bureau of Reclamation originally built Guernsey Dam for flood protection, irrigation, and hydroelectric power. But when a body of water is introduced into an arid region, it often becomes a popular recreation destination. That's what happened here at Guernsey. The beautiful vistas and recreational opportunities drew visitors to the reservoir before any facilities were planned or constructed. Elwood Mead, director of the Bureau of Reclamation, recognized that the agency lacked experience in developing and managing a recreational site. So he turned to the National Park Service for assistance. In 1933, the National Park Service team visited the reservoir and agreed that the area was an ideal location to develop a recreation park. Doing so would provide the Park Service an opportunity to experiment with new concepts and approaches to designing and building recreation areas. To ensure success, the Park Service put some of its best minds to work on the project, including Conrad Worth, who was Assistant Director of the National Park Service, and landscape architect Thomas Vint, men whose visions and concepts greatly impacted the development of parks across America. With the right leaders in place, the Park Service needed laborers to complete the project, and Conrad Worth knew exactly where to find them. With as much as a quarter of the population out of work, the Great Depression was a difficult time throughout the country. Jobs were scarce, and many families suffered from poverty. Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal programs, such as the Federal Emergency Relief Administration, Works Progress Administration, and Civilian Conservation Corps, offered hope and a way to make a living. Roosevelt talks about his Civilian Conservation Corps plan for the government to hire people.
First, we are giving opportunity of employment to 250,000 of the unemployed, especially the young men who have dependents, to let them go into forestry and flood prevention work.
The Civilian Conservation Corps, or CCC, was created to relieve high unemployment while carrying out a broad natural resource conservation program on federal, state, and municipal lands. It was one of the more popular New Deal programs, providing economic relief, rehabilitation, and training to more than 3 million men. A first-of-its-kind cooperative venture was formed between the Bureau of Reclamation, the National Park Service, and the Civilian Conservation Corps, which provided laborers to build the park's roads, buildings, and recreational features. Having young men of the CCC work on parks projects achieved several goals. It was an affordable means of getting public projects built and of keeping scores of unemployed young men occupied while they learned important work skills. The successful efforts of this joint venture made Guernsey State Park the model for how to develop recreation areas at sites throughout the West, including such well-known sites as Lake Powell and Lake Mead.